Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we save you hours of scrolling and bring you the best of what's new on streaming this week. From binge-worthy TV shows to blockbuster movies, we've rounded up the top 10 releases you absolutely cannot miss. Whether you're in the mood for action, drama, or some heart-pounding thrillers, we've got you covered. Grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's dive into the hottest streaming picks of the week. Number 10. Man vs. Baby. Man vs. Baby is a 4-episode British comedy that follows Trevor Bingley, played by Rowan Atkinson, who's moved on from his chaotic house-sitting days, but not his talent for disaster. Now a school caretaker, Trevor takes on a Christmas gig in a swanky London penthouse. When no one shows up to collect the baby Jesus from the school nativity, he suddenly finds himself responsible for a real infant, and hilarity ensues. Trevor, whose well-meaning nature often backfires, must juggle looking after the posh home and navigating the messy, unpredictable demands of babysitting. The series is a slapstick-rich exploration of holiday mishaps, unexpected responsibility, and the sweet frustration of caring for a baby. Through his bumbling efforts, Trevor learns lessons about family, belonging, and the chaos that comes with new kinds of companionship. You can watch Man vs. Baby exclusively on Netflix. Baby number 9. Tell Me Soft. Number 8. Emily in Paris. Season 5. Emily in Paris Season 5 follows Emily Cooper as she takes on a bold new chapter. Now she's running Agence Gratteau's Rome office, meaning her life becomes a tale of two cities between Paris and Italy. Her romantic journey continues with her Italian love interest, Marcello, but complications arise when a major career idea backfires and triggers both heartbreak and professional setbacks. As she seeks stability, Emily leans into her elegant French identity, only for a deeply held secret to threaten one of her closest relationships. Meanwhile, Venice makes a glamorous appearance, bringing extra romantic tension and unexpected twists. Throughout the season, Emily grapples with balancing ambition, love, and loyalty as she grows into her leadership role. Ultimately, she emerges with deeper connections, renewed clarity, and a readiness to embrace new possibilities. You can watch Emily in Paris, including Season 5, on Netflix. Number 7. Roofman 2025 is a crime comedy drama inspired by the strange true story of Jeffrey Manchester, a former U.S. Army veteran who robs fast food restaurants by cutting through their roofs, earning the nickname Roofman. After being caught and later escaping from prison, he secretly lives inside an abandoned Toys R Us store for months, surviving off snacks while carefully planning his next move. While on the run, he forms an unexpected romantic relationship with Lee, a divorced mother, which begins to unravel the carefully controlled life he's built in hiding. As his double life grows more complicated, law enforcement closes in, turning his quiet existence into a tense cat-and-mouse chase. The film balances dark humor with emotional depth, exploring themes of loneliness, identity, and the human need for connection. Anchored by a charismatic lead performance, Roofman delivers an offbeat yet heartfelt take on crime and redemption. Number 6. City of Shadows. City of Shadows 2025 is a gritty Spanish thriller series set in Barcelona where a shocking crime shakes the city's core. A burned body is discovered hanging from the facade of Antoni Gaudi's iconic Casa Milà, drawing national attention and fear. The story centers on Inspector Milo Malart, a once-respected Mossos d'Esquadra detective who has been suspended for insubordination, but is reluctantly brought back to duty to solve this euphemistically ritualistic murder. Paired with the sharp, determined Deputy Inspector Rebecca Garrido, the duo must navigate bureaucratic tension, media pressure, and rising public panic as the investigation unfolds across the historic and atmospheric streets of Barcelona. As they dig deeper, the case challenges not only their professional instincts but also personal demons, revealing how past traumas and moral conflicts can affect even the most hardened officers. Over the 6 intense episodes, the series explores psychological depth, procedural suspense, and the dark interplay between power, corruption, and human vulnerability. With its blend of mystery, drama, and atmospheric setting, City of Shadows delivers a haunting narrative that ties the city's beauty to its hidden dangers. Number 5. Keeper 2025 is a psychological horror film directed by Osgood Perkins that follows Liz and her boyfriend Malcolm as they head to a remote woodland cabin to celebrate their anniversary, hoping for a romantic escape that instead spirals into terror. What begins as a peaceful weekend quickly becomes unsettling when Malcolm abruptly returns to the city, leaving Liz alone and isolated in the eerie, creaking cabin where strange and sinister forces start to reveal themselves. As night falls, Liz experiences terrifying visions and encounters an unseen presence tied to the cabin's dark and haunting past, forcing her to confront both the supernatural threat and the unsettling dynamics of her relationship. The film uses atmospheric tension and psychological unease rather than jump scares, blending mystery with folk horror elements as the sinister truth behind the secluded location slowly unfolds around her. Anchored by a committed performance from Tatiana Maslany as Liz and supported by Rossif Sutherland as Malcolm, Keeper delves into fear, paranoia, and the emotional fragility that comes with isolation in an unfamiliar environment. Number 4. Little Disasters. Little Disasters is a 6-part psychological thriller on Paramount Plus that dives deep into the fragile bonds of friendship and motherhood. The story centers on 4 women, Jess, Liz, Mel, and Charlotte, who first met a decade ago at an antenatal class and have since navigated life together as new mothers. Their relationship is thrown into turmoil when Jess brings her baby daughter to the hospital with an unexplained head injury. Liz, an A&E doctor and close friend, faces a gut-wrenching decision. Should she call social services on Jess or trust her instinct? That single act sets off a chain reaction of suspicion, guilt, and heartbreaking secrets that threaten to tear their families and friendships apart. As the mystery unfolds, the show explores judgment, vulnerability, and how little fissures can become catastrophic when trust is broken. At its heart, Little Disasters is about how even the strongest friendships can fracture under the weight of doubt and fear. You can watch Little Disasters exclusively on Paramount Plus. Number 3. The Great Flood. The Great Flood, 2025, is a South Korean sci-fi disaster film that plunges viewers into a world overtaken by catastrophic water levels when an unprecedented global flood engulfs the planet and traps millions in its relentless rise. The story focuses on Anna, an AI development researcher who becomes one of the key hopes for humanity's survival as she fights to protect her young son, while navigating the dangers of their flooding apartment complex and the moral choices forced upon her. Alongside her is Hijo, a security team member whose mission becomes tangled with Anna's desperate struggle to stay alive and contribute to a pivotal project that could influence humankind's future in the face of annihilation. Visually striking and emotionally charged, the film blends intense disaster sequences with deeper sci-fi and human drama, revealing how personal courage and innovative science intersect in moments of extreme crisis. As the water continues to climb and odds seem impossibly stacked against them, the characters' resilience, fear, and hope shape a narrative that's both thrilling and thought-provoking. With standout performances from its leads and a setting that turns a familiar cityscape into a submerged labyrinth of survival, The Great Flood expands the disaster genre into fresh, speculative terrain. Number 2. Fallout Season 2. Fallout Season 2 picks up after the explosive finale of Season 1, continuing the journey of Lucy, the Ghoul, and Maximus across the irradiated wasteland toward the neon-lit chaos of New Vegas. In this post-apocalyptic world, they'll face new threats, uncover dark secrets, and navigate powerful factions vying for control, including the enigmatic Mr. House. The season deepens Lucy's emotional quest as she seeks her father, while the Ghoul grapples with his violent past and fragile alliances. As they arrive in New Vegas, familiar dangers from the game lore, like death claws and power struggles, start emerging, testing each character's resolve. Along the way, flashbacks hint at the origins of Vault-Tec and its influence on their world, revealing more about how the Great Nuclear War reshaped humanity. The tone remains a blend of gritty action, dark humor, and moral complexity as our heroes explore a richly weird and dangerous wasteland. You can watch Fallout, including Season 2 when it premieres, on Amazon Prime Video. Number 1. Sisu, Road to Revenge. Sisu, Road to Revenge, 2025, is the explosive sequel to the cult action hit. Sisu following the nearly silent Finnish war hero Atami Korpi as he embarks on a brutal quest for vengeance after his family is murdered in the aftermath of World War II. The film opens with Korpi dismantling what remains of his old home and loading it onto a truck as a symbolic act of remembrance and defiance, only to be confronted by Igor Dragunov, the ruthless Red Army officer responsible for their deaths. What unfolds is a relentless, high-octane cross-country chase filled with inventive and visceral action set pieces where Korpi's unbreakable resilience and unrestrained fury drive him forward against overwhelming odds. Anchored by Jorma Tommela's stoic performance and elevated by Stephen Lang's imposing antagonist, the story blends gritty war-era atmosphere with almost mythic revenge thriller energy. The movie's short, punchy runtime keeps the tension tight, delivering a visceral spectacle that celebrates endurance and ferocity in equal measure. With its mix of dark humor, stylized carnage, and old-school action ethos, Sisu, Road to Revenge expands the legend of Korpi into one of 2025's most talked-about action films,